Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here. Quick video right now, trying to catch up, doing all of the layouts that I did during March for Calvinball. The weekend of the 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, and the following week, there was a secret, not secret, secret scrap party. And these are the layouts I got done the few days before that. I've already reviewed the first couple weeks of Calvinball layouts, so these are just a few that happened before the secret, not secret party. I'll do a separate video, maybe two, on the secret, not secret, the ones I created for that, and we'll kind of go over something about the rules there, or the challenges there. This first one, these are in no particular order. This first one was one where I gave myself an extra challenge, and I decided to see how many Calvinball points I could get, and these are active points as of the day that I created the layout, and this one was created on the 21st of March. I thought, and clearly I'm going to have to glue that down. Let me actually do that with my super wonderful Nouveau adhesive. Okay, done. Anyway, what I decided to do was see how many of the points I could get using only the Mind the Scrap kit for the month. So the Mind the Scrap kit, as you can see, had lots of summer vibes and lots of summery kinds of embellishments. So I decided to go with that, and I have this picture, this photo I've scrapped once before, and I think the title of the page I did with it then was Let's Go. And it's just one of my favorite pictures of Ava, all dressed up in her little bikini with her ring around her with a basket of water toys. So what I did here was I used a plate to trace this circle around, and then I just grouped in embellishments. Where I needed a mermaid, for example, I die cut a mermaid out of one of the papers. I hand cut this moon and put a little dot on it for the eye. I needed a stamp, so I added that. That was not in the kit. But pretty much, let me point out the things that were not in the kit. What was not in the kit? I needed a giraffe or a llama. I actually had a llama here, but I decided to hand cut a giraffe and give him sunglasses. So I've got that that going on there. Let me turn this light on. That might actually show up better. I had alpha. There were large alphas. I fussy cut this A. I made cut this V out of a Y, and I hand cut this A out of one of the cut apart cards. So in any case, I did mostly, I needed the word happy. I die cut that out of one of the papers. There was a bicycle sticker. I needed a chevron pattern, and I kind of thought that I could arrange those little triangles into something of a chevron pattern. I needed a rainbow, so I did the rainbow arrow there. Had lots of fun with this. It was an extra level of challenge. The lace was not part of the kit, nor was the leather fringe there, and I added sequins and a few other things from my stash. But for the most part, this was all Mind the Scrap kit. Okay, that one's done. I decided to do, had printed this picture a while back to scrap it, and I never had done it. And what I decided to go with here was a combination tropical, summery, beachy, because of the palm trees, and Christmas. So I had a Christmas cut file here, the frosty cut file. I backed it with some Vicky Bouton paper that I also die cut a palm tree out of. I fussy cut a mermaid out of some paper I had. I used a weed from a die cut of a circle, a twisty circle, and used that as the moon, giving it an eye and a little mouth. I have I embossed, I did some embossing and then fussy cut around the embossing, and that was kind of something that didn't take up a whole lot of space. I needed a stencil, so I used that. I stenciled the word life there. There's my hedgehog. This came from, I found a paper bag, gift bag, and I scanned the gift bag and captured one of the images and then printed it much smaller than they were on the gift bag. So anyway, this is a combination of summery tropical things. The point of Calvinball is to use up stash, and you get a point actually for emptying a sticker sheet. These fabric swimsuits were on I think it's a little yellow bicycle sticker sheet that I've probably had for 6 or 7 years. So I used them and therefore got a point for emptying that sticker sheet. I have an avocado with sunglasses here. Used a big wood snowflake as my wood veneer element. In any case, had a lot of fun with this. It's not a particularly well-designed page, but it was fun. One of the points you could get was for using some scrappy trash. And this is actually a tear-off of an overspray sheet from some spray inks. So that's that page. Another use of scrappy trash is shown here. This was practicing for a scrappy trash video I did in a series I have at the Secret Not Secret parties, is Getting Messy with Scrappy Kathy. And so here I tore the sheet where it was very thin, applied some matte medium to it, and kind of just pressed it down with my fingers to stick it there as the ultimate background. And as you can see, I spread the medium, and you can kind of see where it came out. That actually looks to me like a mixed media technique. Then I went over it with a stencil and some Faro paste that in a color that's kind of coppery, but it picks up on the dark coppery colors that are in there. This was all to kind of highlight a brand new red car that we bought that day, and so that's kind of the point of that page. This wasn't one that had an excessive number of points, but it was fun, and the white paper did get kind of messy, so it was a good one to say I was practicing for getting messy with Scrappy Kathy. This next one is actually a design lifted from a design I had lifted. It's a lift of a design that I'd done for a Chinese Whispers competition, or Chinese Whispers challenge at Inspired by Memories. This wasn't a direct lift, but it's kind of an interpretation of my lift, and it uses these adorable pictures. It's actually one picture printed 4 times of Barrett and Ava making valentines in, gosh, what should have a date on here somewhere in 2011. So a year or two ago. And they both loved making crafts, and Barrett was kind of enjoying showing his off there. So again, you can see my little hedgehog and bling, my ode to stitching there, some stenciling, a doily, some crepe paper, some wood, some splatters. So lots of fun. I love Calvinball pages because there's a lot going on, and that's kind of me. But believe me, at the end of a Calvinball month, I really long to do some minimalist work. So here's another one that I did. It's a picture of when my grandson's basketball coach and two of his boys, and then another friend of theirs, all playing on the same team, came down to the craft room, because the boys had been down to the craft room and had done a lot of painting and drawing pictures of shoes, of course. And so they wanted to show their dad. So he came down and he said, "Oh my gosh, it looks like a Michael's in here." So anyway, this was kind of Ma and the team. And back here you can see the 4 kind of personality pages that I did about my 4 grandchildren. And those are probably my favorite pages that I've ever done ever. But they didn't have llamas or, gosh, does this one have a hedgehog? I don't have a hedgehog on this one. Maybe hedgehogs hadn't come into play on the date that this one was done, which was the 19th. So maybe hedgehogs didn't come out until the 20th or 21st. But there is a shamrock, I see. This is the last one, and it's one that the rainbow point or the rainbow rule had come out. And so I decided, instead of just a little image of a rainbow, which I probably have somewhere on here, I decided to make the whole page the rainbow. So I did a red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and kind of stuffed in some purple down at the bottom. And this one has a little bit of everything. When you do a page like that, and the page is just silly. It celebrates when I reached a milestone score of 14,000 puzzles solved in Whirlyword. So, and Whirlyword is one of those things that takes my time when I can't sleep, or when I'm waiting for a doctor to call me in, or goofball times like that. It's something that John and I both do. In any case, this was probably one of the most fun pages I did in all of Calvinball. And it's got sequins and lots more embellishments than it needed, and those were mainly to kind of fill out the rules profile. So those are a few of the pages I've done. I'll let you chew on that one for a bit, and I'll go prepare for the other videos. These days, at the moment that I'm speaking with you, I'm involved in the 100-Day Project, and I don't know if you can see it, but right here on my table, I have my Mini Kit Monday kit. I have a list of the challenges that I'm working on. I have the Mercy Tiara requirements, and I've got a whole mess of things that haven't been reorganized since Calvinball. So I have my work cut out for me. I'm letting myself create when I get some of the organizing work done, and so each time I finish something, and just a little while ago I finished organizing and rehanging all the stencils I used during Calvinball. So I'll allow myself to maybe make something tonight. So enjoy. I'll catch you on the next video. Thanks.